Take two. Morning everyone, my name is Audrey, I'm Stitchywitch42. This is my channel about cross-stitch, life, the universe, and everything, and today is Monday, May 12th, 2025. It's looking like it's going to rain outside, so I will be staying inside and curled up in my chair, which seems to be where I spend the majority of my time lately. A bit of a life update. I am still dealing with alien baby. It has proven to be more of a pain than I thought it would be. I've had to go in twice now to have CT scans and the drain changed. The first time they did that, it wasn't draining at all. And they put the new drain in and it continued to not drain. So I went in for yet another CT scan, and this time to see a doctor. And he told me that alien baby had actually gotten larger. And he removed some of alien baby. I won't go into details of that because it's, gross. Seriously, it's gross. But anyway, he changed it from just being a drainage bag to a bulb pump. And over the next 2 days, it really didn't do much of anything either. So he called me back and asked me what was happening, and I told him nothing much is happening. Alien baby is being obstinate. So they actually got me in the next morning for another drain change, and this time they put larger tubing in, and it finally seems to be draining the way it's supposed to. So it's not completely gone, but it is draining, and that's a good thing. Quite honestly, I'm rather tired of it. It's been over a month, and I would like alien baby to go away. So, excuse me. Other people deal with floss tube nose. I deal with floss tube belching. I don't get what it is. I start talking and all of a sudden, there you go. So tomorrow is an infusion day, which means the next week is going to suck. The first couple of days after the infusion, I feel fine. It's day 5 that it hits, and it's just, I feel really punky. And I have something new to deal with there because they have me take steroids on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th day after the infusions. And I discovered this last time that the steroids make my sugar spike because they removed part of my pancreas. I am now diabetic. And I've been testing my blood sugars every day, morning and night. And when I had my last infusion, I tested them and it spiked. It was in the 500s, which is not good. So I've got... My life right now consists of being at home and going up to OHSU. I've seen hematologists. I get to see an endocrinologist, that's the blood sugars, on Thursday. The chemo doctors, the alien baby stuff. Thank God Mark is retired now too, because we drive back and forth to OHSU and it's an hour drive each way. 2 to 3 times a week. It's crazy. But it's okay because they got all the cancer. The chemo is just to make sure there's nothing left. The alien baby is finally working its way out. I've got people working with me on figuring out what's going on with my blood sugars, and we'll get everything under control. It's just, there's a lot, and it's overwhelming, and it's a lot. And then there's the other thing that they said might not happen, but seems to be happening. And my hair is falling out. I can take my hair like this and, run my hand through my hair and come away with a fistful of hair. Yesterday, I thought I'd given birth to a Wookiee. There was so much of it, it was ridiculous. Maybe that's the alien baby. I don't know. So this afternoon I'm going to go do something that I really didn't want to do, but I think that I need to for my own sanity, is I'm going to go get my hair cut short. I don't like short hair on me. I look like a little boy when I have short hair. So the next time you see me, you might not recognize me. I figure if I get it cut short in the back and leave the front and sides a little bit long, it should be okay. We'll see. Mark doesn't like short hair. He is not pleased with me. But I need to do this for myself. So that's it for all the alien baby, this update. We went out shopping the other day. I wanted to buy some plants. Mark and Philip had cleaned off my patio for me for my birthday, and I have several pots back there that were empty, so it took me a couple of days, but I went out there and I weeded them. And then we bought the plants, and it took me a couple of days to plant them because it's amazing how doing anything is exhausting right now. But I know this, and I'm giving myself the grace to deal with it. So I went out there and I planted one pot, and I came in and I took a rest. And then I went out and I planted the next pot, and I came in and I took a rest. And now I can sit out in my backyard with my patio covers open and belch. I swear I don't know why this happens. Sorry. But I've been enjoying sitting out on my back patio. I've been listening to an audiobook, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. It's different, but I'm enjoying it. And I've done some cross-stitching out there. Not much, but a little bit. And still, I'm just enjoying being out there. The other thing we bought was a bird bath, which I had Mark set up for me yesterday so that I can see it out of the south-facing window in the living room. I still need to go get water out there, and I have a bubbler that I bought a couple of years ago that I need to set outside because it's solar powered. And I'm hoping that when I get the bubbler in the water that maybe I'll get some birds to take a bath and I can watch them from my living room. That would be fun. Anyway, I have 4 finishes to share with you. The first one is a tiny one. It's a Mill Hill kit. Normally when I stitch a Mill Hill, it takes 2 to 3 days tops to finish it. This one took me 2 months, and it's not because it was difficult. It's because after the infusions, there's a couple of days where I don't want to do anything. I mean anything. I can read, I can listen to my audiobooks, I can watch television, but focusing on cross-stitch just doesn't happen, so that means things are taking longer. But anyway, I got this one done. It was sent to me from Helen, and this is Witch's Cauldron. Obviously, it's not fully finished. Nothing is fully finished. I now have a box full of finishes that need to be finished, and they will be eventually, someday, maybe, some way, somehow. I don't care at this point. but that's Witch's Cauldrons. There's only 3 colors of beads on there, and if you look up at the top ones are actually clear. They look green. They look green because of the thread underneath them. And standing up was a head rush. That happened to me the other day when I got out of the car. I got out of the car and I stood up, and the next thing I knew I was leaning back on the car because I thought I was going to fall over. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. Here's that. My next fully finished, and these were not in order by any means, was Moon Charm. I love this. I was so close to finishing it. I just had this little bit of stitching left here to do, and then I had to go back in and do all the back stitch, which was very, very fiddly. But I love this. I have always loved this. I love the colors of it. I love the fabric that I chose to put it on. It's Cosmos by Bestitch Me. This is gorgeous. I need to have Mark make a circular frame for me now. That'll get done sometime in the future. Excuse me, thing. Pardon me. Pardon me. Thank you. Pardon me. Thank you. Excuse me. Oops, you're sitting on the fence. There you go. My next finish was from this book, Gothic Halloween from Twin Peak Primitives. It's Gothic Crow. I did not stitch the words. I prefer it without it. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. But this crow, look at the pattern on it. Stitching that was very, very fiddly. So I asked my friends, I said, what's that tape that you use to mark your patterns? The washi tape that you can remove. And they came back and they said it's highlighter tape. You can buy it on Amazon. It costs like $6 or $7. So I ordered it and I went back to working on my crow. And I finished the crow about a half an hour before the Amazon driver dropped off the package of the highlighter tape. But I think it's gorgeous. I know that I will make a flat mount out of it whenever I get around to finishing it. I haven't been doing much of anything upstairs in the library lately. And I went upstairs 2 days ago to get something off my desk. There was a spider web. There was a spider web that went from one side of the window to the other side of the window, down onto things that I had on my desk, and I was just like, seriously? I haven't been up there in months. And the spider thought it could take, it was just this teeny tiny little thing, and I sucked it up with the vacuum, and it's gone. The spider web's gone. I need to get up there and finish the cleaning and the organizing that I started a couple of months ago, because obviously when I don't, the spiders try to take over. My last finish. I started this in 2023. It's Boo by Mama Witch X Stitch. And there you have it. Everything is done, including the freaking spider. So, again with the belching. I don't know what it is. I have a little Longaberger basket that I have that sits next to my chair, and I've had these sitting in there as I finished them. And I was thinking about it, and I couldn't remember whether I had shared any of them with you or not. So now now that I've shared them, I'll take them upstairs so that I know that they're done. That leaves me with 3 projects that I'm currently working on. One of them is my big Afghan, which I have not worked on in a while. One of them is my Graveyard Guardian by Sprouting Lupine. I got a little stitching on this. I think I may have shared it last time, and it hasn't changed since. But that's where I'm at with that one. I'm trying to work down this tree just to start working with some deeper colors than the tombstones. And my other project that I'm working on is Trick or Treat by Letty Stitch. This is where I'm at with it. I've got the hat finished and I'm starting to work down into the pumpkin here. And then in this area up here, there's a bunch of half stitches. If you look at this pattern, there is a lot of background to be stitched, and they're all half stitches. And there's 3 different shades that all blend with the oatmeal cloth that it's on. So what I'm doing is I will take one color and I will stitch one strand of one color in the pumpkin, and then I'll come up and I'll take one strand of one color and I'll do the half stitches. And then I'll go back and I'll do another one and another one, because I've got to fill this whole area with these half stitches. But I can do it. It's just a process. I think I shared this with you last time. I haven't started it yet. Mark had found a piece of artwork for Pink Floyd. It's his favorite band. And he wanted to know if I could stitch it for him. And I said, well, there's programs that you can use to take artwork and transfer it into a pattern. Mac up at Acorns and Threads has one of those programs, and we saw him and asked him, and he did, and this is the pattern that he made up for me. This is the artwork. What Mark wants done with this is he wants it framed in a 12 by 12 frame, so it's the same size as a record album. So I ordered some black Aida, because I'm not stitching black. I ordered some black Aida. I got a 18 by 25 piece, so I have plenty for this. This has, I think Max said, like 30 different colors in the flowers and everything. I don't know when I'm going to get started on this one, because right now stitching on black, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how my brain focuses over the next infusion, and we'll see what happens there. Another project that I want to get started is the one that I know I shared with you from the Witchy Stitcher. The difference between medicine and poison is the dose. I wanted to stitch it on perforated paper, and I want to say thank you to Marcia, because she told me about Dutch Treat. Dutch Treat Design is a website that you can go to. They sell perforated paper. And I ordered a piece from there, actually got 2. It's arrived, but it's white, and I don't want to stitch that pattern on white, so I'm actually going to try an experiment, and when I do it, I'm going to record it for you to see. I'm going to try dyeing perforated paper. Luckily, there's 2 pieces, so we will see how that goes. I may try to do that. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Everything is exhausting. So we shall see when I do it, but when I do, I will record it and I will put it up, because I think it's an interesting concept. So it's raining now. I see the rain coming down. My front yard still looks like a construction site, although I do have some flowers coming up. I've got foxglove out there. They come up every other year. My rose is starting to be in full bloom. My neighbors told me they had deer in their front yard a couple nights ago and they ate the buds off of all their roses. I went out and I checked the one that I had the construction crew keep for me. It's been sitting in a bucket now for close to 2 years. And it's doing great in the bucket. It's got plenty of dirt and it's growing and it has buds on it. One side is covered with buds and one side isn't, so I don't know if the deer made it into my yard or not, or if it's just the way the rose is growing right now. I'll try to add some photos at the end of this video of different flowers around my yard. But I think that's pretty much everything that I have to share with you right now. I want to say thank you to everybody who follows me here on flosstube, those who follow me over on Instagram. I want to thank you for all the cards, the thoughts, the prayers, the well wishes that I have gotten. There have been people who have commented on me on their floss tubes. Amy Harpy Stitch is one of them that comes to mind. Thank you very much for doing that. I want to, okay, YouTube. I watched somebody new. They had commented on one of my posts on Instagram and I saw that they had a brand new floss tube. It is Rainy Ann Stitches. I'll link that down below. She's got one video out. Lots of stuff to share. So, thank you for following me. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for sharing my journey. I don't know when the next one will be. Right now, it's when I have a spare moment and the energy. So until we meet again next time, live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye.